It is certainly a phenomenon that is worth analyzing. Why people that are extremely effective and end up being financially and otherwise successful in life tend to keep their circle extremely small, right? It's an observation I think most of us have made if we're being honest with ourselves. And if we can look at why, it would help people how to understand how to choose their friends, how to choose people that they let in their circle or let in their lives and let in their head. And it'll allow people to be a lot more productive. One of the things that I noticed over the years is that other people's negative energy, particularly the kind of energy that doesn't want to see you win, I couldn't have it in my life, right? I couldn't actually sit down and focus and work if I had that energy consistently. Some of it would fuel me to be effective and to be successful and to get a lot done because it's like, oh, I had something to prove. But there's a certain degree of it, especially if there are people that are pretty consistently in your life that you just can't tolerate, right? I had to get rid of certain people in my life that didn't align with what it is that I was doing and would constantly criticize what I was doing and didn't believe in me that what I was doing would end up being successful or I'd be effective. Let's analyze another big part of this problem too, which is something I think a lot of us have come to understand at this point, which is that people don't want you to be happy, right? If you could look at your entire circle of people and just put them all in a room, how many of them actually, and this is an honest question that you have to ask yourself that might make you feel a little down about the people in your life, how many of those people are actually truly happy for you if you're happy or successful? And conversely, how many of those people are deep down somewhat vindictively envious of you and your success and your efficacy as a human being in this world, or your success and happiness in a relationship? It could go either way. People generally don't want you to be happy. And I think it's for many reasons. Number one, listen, if you're happy, then they can't help you, right? If you're just happy and you've figured your life out and you're successful doing what you're doing, then there's no advice that they're going to give you that really matters, especially if you've surpassed them financially. I've had that in my life before. I've surpassed certain people that, used to want to give me advice. I've surpassed them financially. And these are, in some cases, my elders. Well, what advice can they really give me at that point, right? If you're not going where I'm going, there's not a whole lot of tactical advice regarding business and life and in that regard that you can give me. So people don't want to lose the ability to have seniority over you. So, if you're super successful, they kind of hate that. The same thing applies to whether when you're happy in some other situation and it's not related to success, like you're just a happy person in your life or you're happy in your relationship. A lot of people want you to be in the place where you're sort of impaired or injured so that they can be the one that comes to help. And the real fucked up part about it is it's not for altruistic reasons. It is for selfish reasons. You ever encountered that in your life? And I think if you do a deep analysis, you'd come to learn that there are certainly some people, and you got to weed them out. You got to identify who these people are that want to give you advice a lot and would like to tell you how your life should be, but it's not because they're being Mother Teresa. It's more because they're being selfish, because psychologically they like the feeling of being on the high horse. Psychologically, they like the feeling of being seen as like an authority or having a degree of superiority, or that you should listen to them. It makes people feel validated, and it's a sickening fucking thing that there are people that do that while not like looking at the critically important thing, which is that you're happy. You're happy. Be happy for people that are happy. The thing that I've had to cut out people that like aren't happy about my success and aren't happy about my happiness. And at the same time, I've become the kind of person through living this life of hard charging and making my own money and being in charge of my life and going through a lot more challenge than the average person because of that, of when people are doing that, I want to praise them. When there's people like, that I went to fucking Iraq with, that for one reason or another, their life got hard and they fell out of going to the gym, that are coming back to the gym. I fucking love that. And I want to like praise those people because like, hey bro, welcome aboard. Like I fucking love seeing people at the gym. It doesn't matter who it is. If I'm connected to anyone on Facebook or otherwise that starts like a fitness journey, I am happy for them. But why? Why am I happy for them? Because I've gone down that journey. Why are other people not happy for people that are starting to be awesome in life? Because they haven't gone down that journey. right? They're in a place where they're not up to par, where they're not putting in the work, where they're not happy. And they don't want you to be fucking happy. They don't want you to be successful. Why? How would they? You know, there are people that I've seen that actually look happy on the outside and that are financially successful for whatever reason, but I can actually tell that they're not happy. You know, like their relationship with their significant other is fucking terrible. That's overt. You cannot mistake in that. You can tell. You can tell when a couple, there's tension between a couple, and when there is not good emotional chemistry, when there's not significant love. And I've seen that in people before. Those are the types that don't want you to be happy in your relationship because they're not happy, right? Whereas again, once you've achieved happiness and you know what real love is, like you're just in adoration with your fucking partner, when you see couples holding hands and loving each other, like you see senior citizens, 85 fucking plus year olds walking on the beach or walking wherever or going out to dinner, holding hands, your heart melts, right? It's a beautiful thing, and you want that. You want that for people. You praise people who are like that. It makes you feel good. Whereas if that's something you haven't achieved, you kind of hate it. The same thing applies for success, man. You've got to be very careful about the people in your life, how they really feel about your efficacy in this world, how much they want you to, if you've previously been in a much more compromised state, how much more they want you to revert back to that compromised state so that they can give you advice and they can seem like they're helping and they can strike the psychological chords of their own desires, which is just fucking weird. It's just super bizarre. You got to know who those people are, and the world is riddled with them. And unfortunately, it's more people than not. You know, it's more people than not. It's a lot less people that want to give you really great advice and want to prop you up and praise you when you've done well and want you truly to be happy and have only altruistic intentions. Choose your friends wisely. Choose the people in your circle wisely. And I promise you it's going to help propel you forward.